One problem that a lot of game masters can run into is having all of their characters kind of sound the same. Now, you don't have to be a voice actor to be a good dungeon master. You know, it can be nice, but you don't have to be Matt Mercer to run a game. But tabletop role-playing games are about role-playing, and if the roles of all the different characters are more clear from their characterization, from their vocal patterns, then your players are probably going to have a bit more fun and immersion from it. That said, it can be really difficult to actually make up a character voice, especially if that's not something you really know how to do from scratch. Well, don't you worry, because there is a very easy way to differentiate your characters from each other. Okay, here's what you do. When you make a character, have a think about who you would have play them. Not who they look like, not who you would visually cast to play them, but who you would cast in like an animated kind of a thing, the kind of mannerisms and voice that they would have. Then all you have to do is an impression. Oh no, what's that? You're not any good at impressions? Good! You're not trying to sound like them, you're just making up a new voice. You don't have to do a good impression. In fact, it's kind of better if you don't, but you do have to really commit to the impression. Because your players aren't grading your impression, they're not trying to figure out who you're playing, they're just taking your word that this is the character's voice. That said, one of my characters early on in my DMing career was me doing an impression of Bill Clinton, and they just thought he was Matthew McConaughey the whole time, so your mileage may vary on that one specific thing. You ever watch The Simpsons? You know Lou, the black police officer? Yeah, his voice is just a bad impression of Sylvester Stallone. I mean, not bad, but like not spot on. By all means, come up with character voices by just practicing different accents or by playing around with your vocal range and different vocal qualities, but a really good way to just make characters is to take characters, and characteristics are what make a character. And if you made it this far, then please tell me about your character if you have any information about them and who you're gonna get to play them in your mindscape.